It's a little noisy. I'm in the gym, but I'm still gonna give you this content like I always do. I know how we do it. Shout out to the LDBC, the Lions Den basketball community. Y'all already know how we get down. So I want to talk about Kendrick Perkins, who is probably the biggest clown probably in basketball, who comes up with some of the dumbest takes. Sometimes I wonder, did this guy ever even play? If I didn't see him play in the league for myself, I wouldn't even believe. I wouldn't believe. I have to literally have to go back and watch old clips to believe this guy ever even played in the league with some of the dumb takes that he comes up with. So if you didn't see it on Sports Center today, Kendrick Perkins, what's up? Salute, man. I see you, man. Cheyenne, what's going on? So Kendrick Perkins gives his top 5 ball handlers of all time. And, oh yeah, you already know. You already know the number one LeBron James jockstrap sniffer on TV until he don't get his paycheck. LeBron James don't make his payments on time, then he quits shucking and jiving and goes back to how he really feels about LeBron James. But that's another video. But Kendrick Perkins goes on this thing where he starts naming off his top 5. And he got Steph Curry at number 5, number 4 or 5. And had the audacity to have Jamal, role player Crawford, ranked ahead of Steph Curry. A guy who averaged about 13 points a game would come in the game, hadn't started in probably since earlier in his career. Is that room ready yet? Is that massage chair ready yet? Okay. So a guy who has not started in the league, hadn't started in the league in forever, ended up having to retire early because of injuries and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that Jamal Crawford didn't have no handles. The guy he definitely had handles. There's no question about this. Was a great ball handler. He was actually fun to watch. He was kind of like Harlem Globetrotter-esque type dude. So I'm definitely not hating on Jamal Crawford's ball handling ability, but to say that he's ranked higher than Stephen Curry that's just highway robbery, man. Steph, the 3 greatest ball handlers that I've ever seen are, Magic is more of a passer, but even Magic Johnson had good handles. But I would say Isaiah Thomas, who we did have in his top 5. Isaiah Thomas, Kyrie Irving, and Steph Curry are my top 3 best ball handlers in the history of the game. So, just for the mere fact that this dude had Jamal Crawford, who, like I said, is a good ball handler, but man, you know what I know, man, that dude ain't nowhere near on Curry's level, man. Man, Steph Curry will cross you up, man, have you make your drawers drop to the ground, man. Make you fall on the ground. Now, Jamal Crawford would do that too. But see, Jamal Crawford, most of his ball handling, he would do a cross up. He usually would end up shooting a crazy. Jamal Crawford had the ugliest shot I've ever seen. He'd be sideways, off balance, jumping up in the air. It would go in, but it just was like that jump shot was just so nasty. Almost like he jumped way too high, like that. But I mean, his shot, he was a scorer. Now, don't get me wrong. Jamal Crawford is a bucket getter. He could come in the game and give you 10 points quick. You know what I'm saying? He could get in the game and make a difference in the game. Late in the game, he come in and do his part to help a team win. But, his ball handling skills were great. But they weren't, man, some of the stunts that Steph Curry could pull off. Curry is one of the type of guys at the top of the key, could shake you, bake you, drive all the way into the paint, make you think he's going to shoot a layup and then back all the way back up to the three-point line and hit a 3 all nets. Curry, I've seen Curry turn his back at the top of the key, do a quick backspin, drive into the paint, and do a underhanded finger roll shot with about 3 guys on him. Man, Curry was just so slick with that ball. And man, I'm to even think that Jamal Crawford is even on the level of Steph Curry, man. That bothers me, man. Jamal Crawford, man, he was a good ball handler. But that dude wasn't on no Steph and Curry's level, man. Come on, dude. Kendrick Crawford. I almost say Kendrick Lamar, too. Kendrick Perkins, you need your basketball credentials revoked, along with Stephen A. Smith, and a lot of these other guys who just talk, they just run in their mouth. They're not really watching the games. I always think Stephen A. Smith made a living just talking loud and talking about the big name superstars, but not really being engaged in what's actually going on in the game. I think Stephen A. Smith maybe in his early days, but I think once he got so busy, he would just watch a few minutes of the game and just give you an analysis, and really just based on the first quarter of the game, or not even really talking about the role players and stuff like that. Just the big stars in the game. And a lot of times you listen to him, you can tell he don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? And Kendrick Perkins is another one of those guys. If it ain't LeBron James, he ain't watching the game. I sometimes wonder, does all Kendrick Perkins do is sit around and eat bonbon, eating Cheetos all the time, sitting around the couch, drinking Diet Coke, you know what I'm saying, and Sprite, and with his feet flipped up on the couch, finding another way to glaze LeBron James. So, man, I'm going to tell y'all, man, this dude, man, Kendrick Perkins, knows nothing about the game of basketball. Like I said, if I hadn't seen him play for myself, I wouldn't even believe he ever actually played in the league. There's some people they're not qualified to talk NBA, and Kendrick Perkins, that was one of the most ridiculous takes I've ever seen, to say that Jamal Crawford is a better. I'm gonna be honest with you, I needed a good laugh today. Brandon loves sports TV. Shout out to the LDBC Lions Den basketball community. I'll be back later. I'm out. Peace.